went. We're good.
We're good. All right. Good evening, everyone. It is our great pleasure to be with you every single Monday night for our team phone call. My name is Debbie Wetzler, and Dr. David Silverman does this with me. And we are Diamonds in ASEA. And we have been friends for a very long time and put together a team phone call because we know that working together always lets people move forward faster and has the excitement up. And that's one of the reasons we created the Surge partnerships for people to be able to get to know each other better and to be able to keep each other up and keep each other moving forward. And that's what we intend to do with this team, whether or not you're in the Surge. We get together, like I said, every single week. We hear wins, we hear testimonials, we do announcements, and we talk about rank advancements and other great things that team members have been doing so that we can encourage each other and congratulate each other also. So that's why we get together on our team phone call. There's lots of information that we try to get out, things that sometimes we hear about on Diamond calls that aren't broadcast. So there's lots of things that we try to do, and we're going to try to do this at the beginning of the phone call, and then we will welcome people. And so I don't know if David wants to say anything, but I have a testimonial all lined up. That was a really good one that I heard on Tuesday night.
No, go ahead, Deb.
Okay. When I did my webinar Tuesday night, Dorothy Dabney was on there, and she said she had wanted to tell this testimonial last week, and it was a really good one. So I was asked Dorothy if she would do it this week for us. So Dorothy, would you like to come in and tell us what happened with you?
Yes, of course. Hi. It was a week ago tonight, and I was in a restaurant. I stopped by to drop a flyer off for someone, and I ran into this couple that I know, and I had seen them on Facebook, and it had been their anniversary. I said, "Oh, happy anniversary. How are you?" And anyway, the husband says, "Oh, I'm fine, except today is his wife's birthday, and she has that issue that's related to the chickenpox virus that's very painful. You have sores on your body, and anything that touches you is just, I cannot imagine, nerve issue." So I'm like, oh my goodness. And I have shared ASEA with them several times, and they're, "Oh yeah, that's so nice. That's cute what you're doing." But this time I said, "Well, I have some gel we can try." And they said, "Oh, it's too painful. I can't put the gel on it." So I went home. I live very close, and I brought back a spray bottle. Brought it back, but she said, "Well, we can't do that now. I've got to wait till I get home, and it's really painful." So I said, "Well, why don't we just put some gel on your neck?" So we started putting the gel on her carotid artery, both sides, and we would do it, and then we would do it again, and then we were talking, and then we probably did it about 4 or 5 times, and they bought me a glass of wine, and I sat there with them, and about 20 minutes into it, the wife looks at me and looks at her husband, and she says, "I think I'm better." And I was trying to kind of lay low, and I said, "Well, let's put some more on." And about probably 30, 40 minutes into it, she stands up and she says, "Touch my back, hug me." You couldn't get near her. And she said, "I cannot believe this." And so I gave her the rest of the tube of gel that I had, and I got home in time for the call. And during the call, last week, she was texting me, and she's like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this." She's went as far as to say, "I'm cured." Well, of course, that wasn't true, but she was so much better. And the next day, she ordered 4 tubes. And then as a result, and I said, "Well, here's a flyer. Why don't you come on Saturday?" Because Dr. Marty Morin was here. So they came on Saturday, and they ordered 3 cases of ASEA and more gel. And, it was just one of those things that I'm just so glad we just kept putting it on her. Oh, and then the next day she said that, I think by the time she got home, they were able to put gel on the sores on her back. And the next morning she said they were so much better, and there was only one that was really still painful. And then think on Saturday. It was bothering her, but just considerably better. So keep your gel with you when you go out. It was a wonderful moment for me.
You know,
And on the neck.
that's part of the surge agreement, that you carry a tube of gel with you and a small tube with you, just for that, to be prepared, because you can turn a skeptic and a non-listener into a believer very quick, right? Now,
Yep.
you know, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great.
She texted me yesterday because they had run out and their order was delayed that she had ordered, and she said she wants to take a bath in it.
Yeah.
So.
But Amy always told my mother to do, because she had so many wrinkles. That was always very nice of her.
Yeah, and since this is a team call, it's not really for guests. You can go ahead and say shingles if you want.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was going to say the thing on the roof, the stuff on the roof. Yeah, it was shingles. And
for those of you that are new, that don't know why we're kind of giggling about that, is we can't make medical claims. Those of you who have been in for a while, you know, this is not a drug, so we can't say it helps shingles or psoriasis or eczema, but we all see what it does. So we can't, when we speak in public, you know, in groups or on webinars, like we'll mention when the ones are this week, we won't say that, but we could say, you know, it's kind of a thing that comes after chickenpox, and we're not making a claim. We're just kind of saying that. So thanks, Dorothy. Awesome. Deb, let me just mention real quick the things that are happening this week to remind everybody. Because it's the first week of the month starting tomorrow, and we've got we'll talk about the surge jump in. People that are not in the surge that want to jump in, there are 2 dates that you can do that on, October 1st and November 1st. So tomorrow's October 1st. We'll talk about that here. Also, first Tuesday of every month, the company has a call called the In Touch call, where they kind of bring the field up to date on everything that's going on. And there's going to be a big review of what's happened with the company and what's going on. And so tomorrow evening, Tuesday, there are 2 calls. At 9 p.m. Eastern is the In Touch call. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's really for associates, really. And you go to asiaintouch.com. If you already have Zoom downloaded, it'll take you right there. So that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is all on our Winfrastructure document. If you don't have that, get it from your upline, because it's all there. And then during the 90-day surge, until just before Christmas, Debbie is doing a live webinar for guests. So it's like they're going to get educated by Debbie, who teaches doctors about this, and she's a triple diamond. So that's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern on this Zoom number, the one you're on right now. Then you roll forward to Wednesday, and there are 2 presentations for guests. Debbie's going to do one at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to do one at 9 p.m. Eastern. And they're all interactive. All the ones that Debbie and I do, that's 4, that's 3 in 2 days. They're interactive, so people can ask us questions at the end. Then on Thursday at 9 p.m., there's always an incredible one. And if you didn't see it from last week, I'm going to tell you how to access it. You should watch it and save it. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. Alan Noble, Ambassador Diamond, does it, and it's at discoverasia.com. Discoverasia.com. Now, it was a great one last week with Leland Duck. Any of you have seen the new corporate video with the 3 testimonials, Danielle Matthews, Leland Duck, and I think, is it Ashley? I think it is. I can't think of who the third one is in Texas, Ashley. Leland was dying of an autoimmune disease, and so he's in the video, but he was on the call last week. So to see the recording of the Thursday night one, that'll be there until Thursday night, this Thursday, it'll take its place, go to discoverasia.net instead of .com. So those are the things that are happening, and I believe Jimmy Glenn does one on Friday evenings also. But you got a bunch to choose from. And I'll be up in New York this weekend. I'll be doing some meetings that are private ones. I think it's in like a club or a church facility. And then I'm doing 4 that are open. Most of them are around Flushing. One is in Chinese, but I'm doing 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. If people want to know the details on that, I can share that with them. And lastly, there's been a change on events that I want to make sure everybody's aware of. How you can register for events is go to your back office and go to My Business and go to place an order, like you're going to place an order for product. and just begin shopping, you will see that the events are here now. And so if you want, you can get the bundle for the convention and the Envision conference. You can order all of the things here. Right now, there's still a discount for convention, but you can bundle it and get Envision in March, which is the next big event. Everybody should hopefully go to that in Dallas. But I want to make sure everybody's aware this is where you can order everything. You don't have to go to a separate site anymore. Makes it very, very easy. So
we only have till October 18th to register at the lowest prices.
yeah, so do it. Just pull the trigger and do it. I mean, if you're doing it as a business, and anybody that went to convention probably already did it, because you know how important it is and you're going to bring people. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share as far as announcements. Deb, we can talk about the surge in a minute, but I'll turn it back over to you.
And I just want to make the announcement that I'm also going to be in New York, but the weekend after, on the 12th, I'll be there with the Meds and Karen Riley at the big event. I have team members up there who are really exploding also. So I'll be with Dr. Ed Delis Reyes and Marilyn, his wife, and Amy and Will Nolan, and Pearl Bowen is actually going to be flying in and going with me. So if anybody has people up there or wants to go, it would be fun and a great thing to go to. I would like to do recognition now. So I'm going to share my screen. And this is one way we can tell that people are, actually talking to people and sharing it. It does not show any preferred customers. So if you're getting preferred customers, that's absolutely great, but we don't even hear about those through Jeannie unless it's direct line to us, basically. So we know that you're sharing. We just can't really acknowledge that because we just don't know what it is. But if you're talking and you've gotten 2 people to listen and they've decided to join you with either trying the product or deciding to do the business, you have one on your left side and one on your right side. You are now a new director. And so the new directors this week are, and this is from last week, Renee Johnson and Catherine Walther, Mary Diane Benyon, Sophie Hugarty, Laura Diva, Safe Sharp LLC, which is Duke Shoot, that's hard to say, and Dr. Jose Rafael Reyes. And those are our new directors this week. So congratulations for stepping out of your comfort zone and talking to people. Once you get 2 people on either side, people keep ordering product. So eventually your points get to 300. You're either adding new people or those 3 people have ordered after 3 months. And you get to Director 300 because you have 300 points on your right, 300 points on your left. And a good way to see that is just to go to your dashboard in your back office. And it will tell you total right, total left. So our new Director 300s this week are Ayai Peng, Ray Day Rusnick Holm, Lisa Borgen, Suwida Noshamthong. See, this is why David loves me doing this. Mishi Nadler, Stephen and Brenda Drake, Lizelle Del Dama, and she is up in New York, Elizabeth Roswell, and those are our new Director 300s this week. When people keep adding people to their team, they eventually get 700 points on both sides, and now you're a Director 700. So our new Director 700s this week are Sunata Say C, Fiona Sim, Geraldine Chen, Lily Lim, and Marco Ramirez. Those are our new Director 700s this week. Now you get to the executive levels because at this point, you're considered a leader. Now you've had at least 2 people step up and say they want to do this with you. So now you've got some Director 300s underneath you who are doing the business with you. So it's never just all you. You always have help from your team. So Bronze Executive is the first. That's 2,000 points on both sides and 2 Director 300s. Our new Bronze Executive for this past week was Chu Zhang Liao. That's a new bronze executive. Congratulations to that person. And we have 2 silver executives. Now, silver executives is 3,000 points on your right, 3,000 points on your left, and now you have 3 Director 300s who've stepped up to do that with you. So our silver executives are Yi Wen Law and Katrina Galberto. And again, that's one of the people up in New York. They are pretty much on fire. So congratulations to our new silver executives. And this was announced last week because we knew about it, but officially now we have a new triple diamond on David Silverman's team, which is my team also, of course, Amy Stacy. So congratulations to everybody who is going up in rank and really excelling during this period right after convention.
And let me mention something, because we congratulated Amy last week. A couple things. One is that we had a platinum break this past week, which won't show up till next week. Mr. Shen, he's up in New York, and you saw that that Ewen went silver in Singapore, and it's pretty cool. Ewen came to convention all the way from Singapore last year, and she's about 4'0". She's the sweetest thing in the world, just unbelievable. And all these are single moms over there that came up, not single moms, they're married moms, but they're moms of several kids. And they want to build their business to have a much better life. And it's interesting with Ewen because she's in Singapore, and Edwina is her sponsor, who's a gold. And Edwina is very, they're both set on building in Malaysia. I'll be going over to Malaysia. By the way, if anybody has people in Malaysia, Singapore, or Philippines, I'm going to be there in November. But Edwina was managing everybody and doing all the meetings and everything. And when she knew she was going to start going to Malaysia to build there, she had to have her leaders rise up. So she kind of made them do that. And Ewen started doing meetings, never wanted to do them, said she would never do them. And now she's running the meetings, and she's taken over a leadership role because she wasn't being held down and let nobody. And we just didn't keep doing it. She said, look, if you want this to happen, you're going to have to rise up. And she really did. So she probably watched this on the recording. I just wanted to give her congratulations on going silver and building a business.
And in that same vein, I would also like to add that it hasn't shown up yet also, but Dr. Ed De Los Reyes, who has the 3 new silvers up in New York, has also gone silver himself. It won't show up till next week, so we're very excited. He came to convention. He brought his whole team from around the country, but especially people in New York. We did a whole meeting. We met with them privately in a room, and they are on fire and excited, and they have amazing, amazing testimonials to share with people. So you'll be hearing about some of those pretty soon also. So congratulations to them also.
Absolutely. One thing.
And I have to say one more thing.
Oh, your daughter.
Oh, sure, kill me, right? So my own daughter, which won't show up till next week either, just officially hit gold executive last Friday. So we'd like to congratulate Jackie, especially since she came to the team meeting tonight.
Here, hold on. Okay, everybody can say congratulations.
Yay, Jackie!
Congratulations, Jackie.
Yay,
Jackie!
Jackie!
Everyone.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
All right. I want to share my screen one more time, because we were making all these announcements of things that are happening. I mentioned New York, but there's a lot of things happening all over, and I want to make sure people are aware of it. Go to ateamsupport.com. Password is the word associate with a capital A. Click the events tab, and you can see what's happening. There's the event that somebody asked for the flyer. You can go right there, October 12th. That's the one Debbie will be at with a bunch of other diamonds. Melbourne, Florida, Cindy Buck will be down there on October 12th with Platinum, Danielle Matthews. Texas has a bunch going on, guys. If you know anybody in Texas, there's about 4 or 5 events taking place all over Texas for a week. Incredible. Albuquerque, if you have people in Australia, Alan Noble's going to be there on a tour in November. Philippines, these are the 3 meetings I'm going to be at. They misspelled Davao there. There's an other A. Davao on November 13th. Manila on the 15th, Cebu on the 16th. I'll be at all 3 of those meetings. here's what's going on in Europe right now. Look at this. I mean, I know Chuck Funky, the CEO, is over there doing all these meetings. So much stuff going on. Just we're in momentum, and there's enough support and events here to support everybody that wants to build a business. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of that website.
And I was talking, but you had muted me. I was just gonna ask if Jackie would like to say anything about going gold. But I don't even see her right now.
She's
I'm
on.
right here.
Okay.
Mom.
Well, tell us what you've been doing since going to convention.
So I really think it's all about, as many of the leaders have said, it's all about your posture and knowing what you know and really conveying that to people. And of course, events like convention, where I first realized that this was what I wanted to do the rest of my life, it brings back that fire. And this is my one and only thing I'm striving for right now, and I'm wanting to become full-time in this. So this is my dream, and I'm wanting to build a legacy. And so I've been just, booking my calendar full of events, networking groups, from morning till evening, and meeting with people one-on-one, and just, continuing the process of following up and getting all the questions answered. But just really building that relationship so they can really trust you and, know that you're coming from the heart. So I obviously am the belief is not even, it's already there. The conviction's already there. I love this company. I love everybody we work with. I think that's the best part about this company. And so I'm just really excited for the future of this company, and really glad that everybody is in this team all together. So thank you.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
I remember when you thought your mom was nuts doing this, so congratulations.
Trust me, I tell that to everybody, and then they can, they better can relate to you, because and I put this off for 7 years and thought the same things that many people do, and so I always tell them, hey, I was in the same seat as you, so don't worry. And I never thought I was going to be doing this, but I just saw miracle after miracle after miracle of what this can do to people, and I just had to tell people about it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome is right. Well, at this point, I was going to have talk about the surge a little bit, and I was going to have Joe Christador tell us how to get into, because I have decided to do it a completely different way due to what happened with the list and the merging and the losing people on it and all that kind of stuff, because it's just crazy getting in a couple of hundred emails and or text and or Facebook messages and or something. You just lose count of people. So the easy way to do it is to set up a Google Doc. And so do you want to talk a little bit about the surge before we
let's talk about what it is for people that may want to jump in, and then we can talk about how we can add them.
Right.
We have a list. We just started a surge, which is a 90-day program. It's kind of focused on making a big push for 90 days. And the idea is just get the 747 off the ground, because once you're off the ground and you've got a few people under you, it gets a lot more fun and profitable when you're not just doing it yourself and looking. So if you push a bit and push yourself and do a little extra work consistently for 90 days, and it'll end right before the holidays, you can get the plane off the ground. And that's really important. So we started officially on the 16th of September. Because of convention, we got back on the 16th. There were a lot of people that wanted to jump in and get in at the beginning. So it took us a little while to get all our accountability partnerships set up. Everybody has an accountability partner where they're stating their goals like 3 times a week and going over what they've done. And they've got someone trying to hold them accountable, and you're holding them accountable, which is really good, because in this business, you don't have a boss. So you don't have a boss holding you accountable. It's up to you, and it's easy to do this business, really, and it's easy not to do it. And it's easy to have the days and the weeks just kind of slip by and you didn't do anything. And it's very hard to get the plane off the ground if that's the way you're doing it. So that's what we're doing. And there were 2 dates that people could jump into this thing. One is October 1st and one is November 1st. So we wanted to make it that so that it wasn't exclusive for people who got in at the beginning and everybody else was kind of out of luck. There are people that change their mind that want to get in, and you're going to hear maybe a little bit about how it's going here, the surge, because we're seeing a real spike in activity. I had a huge week last week, and it's just remarkable. It's starting to kick because people are doing in-home meetings. So people can jump in tomorrow and on November 1st. Debbie's going to talk about in just a second how to go about doing that, because we're going to have a much more organized way to do it. But I also wanted you to know that everybody that's in the surge got an email from me today, because we put together an email list, and I have to send them out in batches, 25 at a time, or Google will shut me down. But you can see these are all the people. There are a lot of people in this surge here, and all these people have partnerships. So if you're in the surge, your name is on there. We're going to start it again. Now, we're not starting again. Let people jump in if they want to. And plus, not just people that might have changed their mind, also people you have coming in. I know that I spoke with Carolyn today with somebody in, whose group was it, Carolyn, that you think wants to get in? I can't remember. They can jump in tomorrow.
It was Buffy's group.
In Buffy's group, yeah. I can't remember the name, but I want to meet them actually, because they're hot to go. There's an accountability agreement that lists what we need to do in this, and it's having an in-home, at least one a month, hopefully one every week, having an accountability partner. You agree in the first 2 weeks to use a diamond in the upline to do a 3-way phone call with your top 3 prospects. And that's pretty cool, because I got to tell you, some people have done that with me. I mean, they reached out and they haven't been doing 3-way phone calls, and they're bringing their top people. They're, what in their eyes, the most credibility, biggest sphere of influence. And I want to give a shout out to Sean Drebin. Did a call with a wonderful woman named Kate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So excited. Such a sphere of influence. Huge, huge. And also Tamarlo Rankin did a call today with 2 great people, Keith and Katie. And that's what it's about, guys. This surge is to help people get that plane off the ground. And those of you who are doing it, I'm really, really excited for you, because I know where you're going to be in 3 short months. It goes by so quickly. Christmas is going to be here, before you even know it. So, Debbie, you want to share how people can jump in if they have people that want to jump in, or someone that's on now that wants to jump in?
Yes, and we've already had some people that backed out of it, so I've got people for them. But I had asked Joe Christador, Sarah Sturm helped me, first of all, with a Google Doc. Literally 2 minutes after she did it, Joe Christador called and said, there's an easier way to do this. So, and since we had to talk and he was introducing me to somebody also, we went ahead and continued that, because I didn't have time to talk when Sarah had talked to me, because I had other phone calls. So I just wanted to give her thanks for that also. But anyway, Joe set it up, and I asked him if he could just tell people very easily, and I've already put this link on our Facebook pages, on David's and mine. So you can just go click the link and sign up. But Joe, if you'd like to take over.
Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just fill in the information you have. That's asterisk. Those are required fields. Email, first name, last name, phone number. It also has your lifetime rank, just to give an idea. Time zone. I just did the U.S. And to include Alaska and Hawaii. If you're in some other time zone, you can add that in there under other. And then which group, the team A or team B. The one that's doing in-homes once a week would be team A, and and then once a month at least, team B. And then I just put a comment section for any other requests or anything else. Once you submit it, you'll get an email, and then Debbie and David, whoever's doing the assignments, will get a list in a spreadsheet and be able to go through and just be able to sort that way. So it'll be in a spreadsheet for you guys. And I also put a link in the page here as well, out to everybody.
Joe, thank you. And Sarah, thank you both. It's the link is in the chat bar. You'll see it from Joe Christador right there. You might want to grab that and save it. And
I said, like I said, on our Facebook pages, on our business Facebook pages, Freedom ! For David, Debbie's Diamond Club for me, You can go there, and you can click on that link from there also. And I just told Joe what I needed, and we don't partner up people by rank, but that just helps to know, kind of where you are and what you're doing. And we do try to do a little bit of the time zone thing, because it is hard sometimes for West Coast and East Coast to talk or find a time to talk. So we did partner a little bit that way. Anyway, so that's how you can jump in now, and you can jump in tomorrow, and we'll get to partner more people up and send that out immediately.
So
It took me days to do the last one.
yeah, Debbie did a lot of work on that. Really, she really did. Thank you. Now, before we get on to introducing new people, new team members, does anybody have any questions before we get to that? Because we're probably in this in about 10, 15 minutes, because we have the surge call at the top of the hour for the surge people. Does anybody have any questions about the surge or anything that you heard on this call? I'd like to focus on the surge because it's important, but anything else, this is open forum. Just unmute yourself and ask anything you want of anybody you see on the screen. I hope everybody saw the recording from last week. Can you hear me, Debbie, still? Yeah, my thing says you can't hear me.
Was on.
That's okay. The recording last week, we had Trish Winkler on the call last week, and it was really, really good, everybody. If you didn't see it, go to Debbie or my Facebook group and watch that. Her advice, I think she came in at about minute 28, and she was going to stay on for 15 minutes. She was on for a long time. She's the #1 earner in the company and was really, really good. Surge number is the same number as tonight. Associate asked if her new advance is 10 times stronger. No, it's about twice as strong as the gel's about twice as strong as the drink, and the serum is about twice as strong as the gel. Is there any direction on how long you should wait to take your ASEA after you've been drinking water? No, it doesn't matter. If you've been drinking water, you can drink it. Just make sure you hold the ASEA in your mouth for 60 seconds. That kind of negates any negative things of eating anything almost. Yeah. Okay, Deb, you want to do new people?
Sure. No one has any questions. This is a welcome to the team call also. So we always encourage you and invite you to invite your new guests on so that they can see they're part of a big team, because we always talk about that. If we talk about doing the business or sharing this, you're always part of a team. We are always here to help you. You can find people that can help you educate somebody on a 3-way phone call, and you just never have to do this alone. So we'd like to encourage people to bring people on here so they can meet everyone. So does anyone have anyone new on the phone call tonight or the Zoom call?
I do. It's Buffy. I have some folks.
Okay.
Hi. I have Steve and Brenda Drake, and they're actually enrolled by Sharon Misika from Wisconsin, and they're on this evening.
Okay.
And I also have someone else, but we'll go.
Okay. We'll come right back to you, but if the Drakes can unmute themselves, you just go down to the bottom left and click on the microphone, and it will take the red line away.
You actually met them. They came to convention. They met both you and David as well. They were there, Jennifer Golden's team.
Hi, Betty.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi. I remember you at the buffet, and you were so sweet to give warm hugs to Steve and I always remember those wonderful warm hugs.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I get a lot warmer.
Yeah, thanks for the hug. This is Steve.
Hi, Steve. Very, very nice to see you again, kind of. We don't really see you. Tell us just a little bit about yourself and why you took a look at ASEA and why you came to convention so quickly.
Well, I'm a speech pathologist still working in a high school district. My sister and niece told me about the ASEA, and we went to a convention, and just love what it's done for our health, and we just want to share it with others. It's just really hard to keep it under a bush when it's such a special thing that helped us, and we love helping people. So, yep.
And what got you to convention then?
Well, we're only 4 hours away. We're in California. Steve's sister lives there, and we really wanted to see my sister and my niece. But when
Okay.
we were at the convention, we ended up getting fired up for it. So we got there because of a lot of reasons, but we really, that really pushed us probably a year ahead of, in our knowledge of the company and everything. And just being there when they were introducing brand new, videos and products, and just all the people are so sincere. It was just, I'm still excited about it.
We would love you to bottle that and be able to repeat that, because we probably would love to have you back on. You went to convention just not very long after signing up, and that speaks volumes for why people should go to convention. So thank you so much.
I'd also like to add that I was so impressed with the integrity of the leadership at the highest levels, and just what they stood for and how they wanted to encourage us to be the best people that we can be, as a testimony to all the people that we interact with in this company.
Beautifully said also. Thank you.
And Steve is an avid golfer. I know Dr. Silverman loves golf. Steve plays 5 times a week, and I love it, and I play a little bit too.
You'll love it. Ed Weems does a Pinehurst event every year. You'll have to go to Pinehurst too.
Oh, I'd love to.
Everyone's invited, and it's a phenomenal event. So, okay. Well, wonderful. We look forward to hearing your success and seeing your success and all your progress. And it was so nice to see you again.
Thank you. It's great to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, something's wrong with my microphone. Anyway, I'm so happy that you came, because I'm sure you were probably extremely, to say pleasantly, surprised by what you found. And I beg people to go to convention. I beg them to go to Envision in Dallas, and the ones that do always get it, and the ones that don't, unfortunately, sometimes they never got it, and they're out of the business within a year. They might come back at some point, but they don't understand how precious this is. They may understand how precious the product is, but they don't understand how precious the people are and the opportunity and what we're a part of. So very, 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 very glad that you guys came.
Thank you so much. Real quickly, we lived in the Philippines for 7 years, and so we are excited about sharing it with people in the Philippines too.
Fabulous. Okay. Well, David will be over there, so he'll connect with you. He's going to go over for the opening and stuff, and he'll be there in November. So, just
where in the Philippines were you?
Well, we were in Palawan. We were missionaries on a remote island with a, Protestant mission board. But Palawan is a remote island. But we know people in Lipa City who are only about an hour from Manila.
Okay.
Where we went to, language school.
Well, you can see about getting them registered, because the seats probably sell out. But if you can get them engaged and talking to them, they can even get signed up, know the product works before I even get there. And they could bring people if they wanted to. But it's going to be a great event. The one in Manila will be on the 15th of November. Cebu will be on the 16th. Davao will be on the 13th.
And Manila's on.
In the 15th, it'll be in. I think it's the one of the Shangri-Las. It's at Makita, I think it is. Makati, yeah, Makati. But you can find the registration, the information at A-Team Support. Ask Buffy; she'll get you the that Winfrastructure document, and ateamsupport.com. You can find it on there. Okay.
Thank you.
You bet. And if you got people that you want to engage, let me know. We can do a Zoom meeting with them. I can talk to them. And they'll know me before I even get there.
Sounds great. Thank you, Dr. Silverman.
You bet. Absolutely. Call me David, Brenda, please. All right.
That'll be hard, but we'll try.
All right. Do it. Give it your best shot.
Okay.
You have somebody else?
Okay.
I do. Yeah, I do. I'd like to introduce Julian Nelson as well. He's actually so brand new that he doesn't have his product yet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he's on the call tonight. He's on a phone. So Julian, if you can unmute your line, David and Debbie would like to say hi to you.
Oh, well, hello,
Hey
everyone.
there. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
it's great to meet you all as well. It's been quite the learning experience over the last few days.
Oh, why do you say that? Tell me what you mean.
Oh, well, I actually did not meet Debbie personally. I mean, sorry, Buffy. Good Lord. I have not met Buffy personally myself. I was introduced to Buffy through my wife, and after Buff and I had probably a 30-minute conversation over the phone, I went ahead and ordered. It took me a little while to make a decision because I'm stubborn like that, according to my wife. But I went ahead and ordered the product, and it's honestly, like Buffy was saying, it hasn't gotten to me yet. But she was a great salesman. I'll give her that for sure. Because I was convinced, hook, line, and sinker for sure.
Well, let me tell you, if you're hearing all these stories about the product, and that this is something we say honestly, there's a day you get into ASEA, the day you sign up and you order your product, and there's a day that ASEA gets into you. And I don't mean just physically when you drink it. I mean when you realize what you got your hands on here and the responsibility we have and the information that we're a shepherd of. And you're going to be extremely, extremely excited that she shared it with you and your wife, and you said yes.
Absolutely.
What's
I'm looking forward to it.
What's your background? What do you do?
Actually, I am, oddly enough, I have a background or what I do now is journalism. My background is in pharmaceuticals.
Wow.
Yes, so I'm very much in the industry, but I am an independent contractor right now. I run my own business, and I actually just got back from a conference. It was like late last week. I got back on Thursday of last week, and I have another one to go to in a few days. So,
excellent.
To say the least, it was intriguing listening to Buffy, and I am excited. I truly am. The first night, I cannot tell you how late I stayed up reading all of the documents after I purchased the product. I got access to the website. It's been phenomenal.
So it sounds like you're looking at this more than just for health. You're looking at it for a way out of the. You want residual income from this? You want to make a difference in the world? Combination, or what are you looking at? You think if the product validates itself, what do you want out of it?
Right. Well, for me, I will say, initially it was about my own health, and trying to improve my health as much as possible. But after really reading into it, looking into it a bit more, it's starting to be the business benefits are creeping in as well.
Good.
So I'm excited. I really am.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I got a question in the chat bar from Keith. It came privately, but I'm going to answer it with a picture. He asked what was going on in Texas. I think all these events will have, I believe there'll be corporate speakers there, but they're all Ambassador Diamonds at these meetings. You can see coming up, starting on the 13th of October in Lubbock, Texas, 14th in Dallas, 15th in Waco, 16th in Houston, 17th in Austin, 19th, I'm sorry, 15th, I went the wrong way here, 15th. There's all the dates. I posted this on the Facebook group, but San Antonio, all this is all happening in a week. So Texas has become the biggest state in the country now as far as the ASEA goes. And I mean, it's just remarkable what's happening there. And it's kind of the signs of what's coming. And when leadership shows up in an area and people say, we're building this thing, and they start putting events together, it starts to really take off. So it's spreading around the world, and Texas is just like a template of what's going to be happening everywhere, including New York, California, Chicago, Florida, everywhere. Amazing what's happening in Mississippi. Somebody went diamond in 4 months down there in Mississippi. Pretty amazing what's going on. So,
and they are going to have a big event in Texas the first Saturday of every month in Dallas.
Yep.
And that will be announced by either Leland or Allen Noble, or both will be there.
Tremendous.
Thank you both.
You bet.
Sure. Anyone else have anyone on that's new? Who is new? Don't all speak at once.
All right. Well, that gives us a chance to wrap up and get ready for our surge call.
Okie dokie, you guys go take a break. Those of you who are in the surge, if you would like to, if you want to jump in, you are welcome to be on the surge call. Anyway, it's just for the people in the surge. So we will see you in a few minutes if you're in the surge.
And I just want to wish everybody who's Jewish happy New Year, happy, healthy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody if you're not Jewish, because it's going to be 365 days till a year from today. And want to wish everybody health and happiness.
Yes. Happy Rosh Hashanah to everyone.